They might turn it on. I think they turn it on. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on such a special day. Everyone, please have a seat. On behalf of the PA faculty and staff, I would like to welcome our distinguished guests, family, friends, loved ones, and students to our annual graduation ceremony. This is a time when we come together to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating students, the Wichita State University PA class of 2026. Before we get started, I would like to take a moment to recognize several special guests. PA Brian Unruh, PA Amanda Twist, PA Karen Blackburn, NP Ashley Graff, and PA Elizabeth Lauterbach of Ascension Via Christi Pediatrics. These individuals are guest speakers, preceptors, and supporters of our program. Each of these special guests will be recognized today for their service to the program. I would like to take a moment to also recognize our Medical Director, Dr. Nagutu, and our Associate Medical Director, Dr. DeVerso. Both are outstanding preceptors, and we sincerely thank them for their continued service and dedication in these vital leadership roles. Thank you both. Today, we are honored to have Dr. Rick Muma as our keynote speaker. Dr. Muma currently serves as the 15th president of Wichita State and is also a PA. In fact, he is the nation's first PA to become the president of a university. He has more than 30 years of experience as a professor, administrator, and PA in internal medicine. Before assuming the presidency at Wichita State, Dr. Muma was Executive Vice President and Provost at Wichita State, serving as the university's Chief Academic Officer. Going back even further, Dr. Muma was once the department chair of our PA program. This program is incredibly proud to have Dr. Muma as our president, and we thank him for all of his support. Dr. Muma is currently out of the country and has prepared a video message to address the class of 2026.
To the Physician Associate class of 2026, your faculty, family, staff, friends, and everyone who supported you along the way, thank you for allowing me to share this moment with you. Although I'm not able to be here in person, it's an honor to address you as president of Wichita State and as someone who once sat where you sit now. When I graduated almost 40 years ago, I didn't know exactly where the road ahead would lead. I certainly didn't imagine it would lead me here, but I did know something important, that this moment marked a transition from learning about patients to caring for them, from student to provider. And that shift changed me, as it will undoubtedly change you. Today isn't just about where you're going, rather it's about recognizing what you've accomplished thus far. You worked hard to get here, you pushed yourself through long hours, demanding expectations, and moments of doubt. You earn your place here, you belong here, and now you're stepping into a workforce that needs your medical knowledge, judgment, adaptability, and humanity. When I entered the field in 1987, the PA profession was still finding its footing. During that time, I had the opportunity to work with patients in the early days of the HIV/AIDS epidemic, a time marked by fear, uncertainty, and far too often isolation for those affected. Many of these patients were turned away by their communities, sometimes even by their own families, in some cases by the healthcare system itself. One of my mentors, Dr. Richard Pollard, was among the first physicians at the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston, Texas, to care for HIV patients. And I had the honor of working alongside him in one of my first jobs as a PA. Dr. Pollard carried a rubber-banded stack of index cards in his lab coat pocket, each one filled with detailed notes about his patients. At one point, I offered to digitize them for him, thinking it might make things easier, but he refused to ever let those cards leave his pocket. It took me time to understand why. Those cards were not just patient records. They were a connection, a way of holding on to patients who, in too many cases, had no one else. They represented dignity, compassion, and a commitment to never turning away. That experience shaped how I see the profession, because being a PA is about more than diagnosing and treating. It's about seeing the whole person, listening, building, and trust, showing up especially when it's much easier not to. That's the legacy you're stepping into. Your patients will come to you from all walks of life, anxious, hopeful, uncertain, and vulnerable. They may not look like you or think like you, but they will share one thing. They are placing their trust in you, and that trust is sacred. The most effective PAs carry more than clinical skills. They bring curiosity. They communicate clearly. They collaborate. They stay grounded. They listen, and they treat every patient with dignity and respect. That's what will define your success, not just your outcomes, but your impact. And I also want to acknowledge something important. This profession is not without its challenges. Healthcare today is fast-paced, complex, and demanding. There will be days when you feel stretched, days when answers don't come easy, days when you question yourself, but you are not entering those moments unprepared. This program has not just equipped you with knowledge, but resilience. It has challenged you to think critically, adapt quickly, and persevere when things are difficult. You are ready. The PA profession is built on lifelong learning. You will evolve, grow, and discover new paths. You may move into new specialties, step into leadership roles, or find the opportunities you can't even imagine, like becoming a president of a university. I'm here as proof that your starting point is not your ceiling. Hard work, curiosity, and the willingness to step through new doors can take you further than you ever expected. But no matter where your career leads, your identity as a PA will remain. It's a mindset rooted in service over ego, listening over speaking, understanding over assumptions. As you put on your white coat today, remember what it represents: a commitment to your patients, a responsibility to your profession, and a promise to care with skill, compassion, and integrity. So congratulations, you have earned this moment. Thank you, and welcome to the PA profession. Go Shockers!
I knew that would happen. That's okay. I worked with it multiple times. It was unavoidable. Thank you all again for joining us today. It is now time to recognize our class and special guests. Our first awards are intended to recognize the wonderful work of our professional colleagues in the community and throughout Kansas. Without the dedication and service of these individuals, your education would certainly not be complete, and WSU could not be the program that it is today. We are in debt to each of them, and today we would like to honor the individuals that the class of 2026 has selected for special recognition. Professor Brown, will you please announce the winner of our Outstanding Speaker of the Year Award?
Some of you in the audience may not know that we depend upon guest speakers throughout most of the didactic courses. We have nearly 75 healthcare providers from all different backgrounds that come and share their expertise. Each year, we allow the graduating class to honor a guest speaker that they felt was not only knowledgeable, but that also truly enhanced their understanding of a medical topic through excellence in presentation, my dear friend. Amanda has been an incredible and invaluable part of our program, beginning with her time as a student, graduating with the WSU class of 2001. This is her second time winning this award, which speaks to her consistent excellence. She is a positive, encouraging, authentic, and entertaining speaker. Those are my words, so I know. That brings years of experience and knowledge to our students. She has a natural ability to connect with students. They consistently describe her as an excellent educator, especially in the areas of patient education, menopause, and hormone replacement therapy. Her intelligence and teaching style leave a lasting impression, and many of our students can't speak highly enough of her. So we want to acknowledge our sincere gratitude to you. We have a little plaque to give you. And also, if you want to say a few words, we'd love to hear your encouragement or jokes or whatever it may be.
I've always got some of those, you know.
Come on up and on.
Thank you. Because they told me they wanted me to say some things and I can't come unprepared, I did go ahead and write a few things down. So first of all, I would just want to say thank you to you, Gina, and to the class for electing me to receive this award. It's very meaningful because it comes from my students. And this lecture that I give, I've been giving it for about 18 years, roughly. I've been precepting for almost as many years. And I've had the privilege of teaching you in your first year, and then working with some of you in your second year, and watching your growth and transformation and all of the things that come after for all of my students has been a wonderful part of my career, so thank you. I always joke around with my second year students, and some of you are in here, that it is my job to teach you not to be an idiot. And fortunately, most of you make my job very easy. You all arrive very well prepared, very well educated, and just naturally intelligent. But behind that joke is something that I genuinely believe, and that is my job to teach you not only how to be an idiot, but genuinely to care for patients. Clinical medicine isn't just about learning what to do. It's about learning how to think, how to ask questions, how to connect, how to admit when you don't know something, and how to keep learning. The smartest providers that I know are not ones who have all of the answers at all times, but they're the ones humble enough to know that there will always be more to learn. And right now you probably feel sick of learning, but just get ready because it's going to keep coming, okay? Medicine is changing rapidly. Technology is changing. AI is complicating and helping things. Documentation seems to get longer each and every year. And sometimes it feels like we're expected to spend more time doing things that aren't patient-centered, staring at a screen instead of the person that's sitting in front of us. So I implore you, don't let that happen. The medicine matters. The science matters, of course. But your patients are not going to remember every single prescription that you gave them. They're not going to remember every lab that you ordered. But what they will remember is that you made them feel heard. They'll remember whether you sat down and looked them in the eye and treated them like another human being in what may be one of the hardest days of their life. Don't ever underestimate how healing it is to simply make someone feel heard and to make them feel less alone. You are about to enter a profession that is demanding in many ways. It's humbling, and it can be heartbreaking. But it is also one of the greatest privileges that you will ever have in your life. Every day, complete strangers will trust you with their fears. They will trust you with their stories and some of the most important and exciting moments of their lives. Don't ever take that for granted. Stay curious, stay humble, laugh often, be kind to your patients, to your colleagues, and to yourselves. And no matter how much medicine changes, don't lose that part of you that is connected with people in the first place. Congratulations to each one of you, and thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your journey. I cannot wait to call each of you colleagues.
Yes, the next up is Professor Slade and Luia will now present the awards to our outstanding preceptors of the year.
Thank you, Amanda. You're not only an amazing speaker, but also an amazing preceptor, and can't thank you enough. Our students spend 12 months of the PA program working side by side with over 100 clinical preceptors at rotation sites primarily across the state of Kansas. The WSU PA program is very fortunate to have so many preceptors, physicians, PAs, and nurse practitioners who are willing to share their expertise as they mentor our students through the clinical year. Their clinics, emergency rooms, operating rooms, and hospital rooms become a rich learning environment for our students. These preceptors are generous and trusting enough to allow students to participate in the care of their patients. They spend time teaching at the patient's bedside and provide the necessary encouragement to keep our students going through the difficult and strenuous days of the clinical year. I'm sure you all have heard about those days. Although we value all our preceptors and clinical sites, today we are taking the time to honor a special preceptor group chosen by the class of 26 as their preceptor group of the year. It is my pleasure to announce the preceptor group of the year, Karen Blackburn, Ashley Graff, and Elizabeth Lauderbeck of Ascension Via Christi Pediatrics. Karen Blackburn has been a staple of the WSU PA program, graduating from our program in 2006, and has been precepting our students for 10 years. We were thrilled when her partners at Ascension Pediatrics, Ashley and Elizabeth, began precepting our students 2 years ago. Ashley is a graduate from Maryville University NP program, and Elizabeth is a graduate of Des Moines University PA program. These three exceptional providers have almost 50 years of combined experience in pediatrics. They not only share this expertise in pediatrics with our students, but also demonstrate how to be compassionate and competent providers. They have quickly become the most requested pediatric preceptors. My only wish would be to clone them so that every student would have the experience of learning from them. In the words of some of our students, Karen takes time to make students feel welcome and not afraid as they build confidence within the care team. She would give very constructive criticism while pointing out positives in every encounter. She allowed the students to build trust over time that made me feel like a member of the care team. Beth is a very valuable preceptor as she has so many valuable things to teach, and you can tell she enjoys teaching. Not only does she help teach clinically, she teaches about being a competent and realistic provider. Ashley is wonderful and provides good feedback. She allows students to learn and is gentle with her corrections. She also provides student handouts, which have been very, very helpful throughout my practice. And last, I was unsure of how I would enjoy pediatrics previous to this, but now I feel that I would be willing and comfortable if a job opportunity presented itself in this field of medicine. On behalf of the WSU PA faculty, staff, and students, we would like to acknowledge our sincere gratitude to Ascension Via Christi Pediatrics for their willingness to influence the next generation of healthcare providers. Please make your way to the stage as we honor you with a round of applause and present you with your award.
I'm nervous, guys. Thank you. On behalf of my two colleagues, Ashley and Beth, who unanimously voted me to give this speech, even though I was not at the vote, we are honored to receive this award. And honestly, I think you heard our office is one big collaboration. We have 3 physicians, 2 PAs, 2 NPs, and any given day, 4 or 5 students with us. So we love students, and I think we have a lot of fun as well. And between the 3 of us, I think we counted that we precepted at least half of you. And so some of you came very excited to jump into pediatrics. Some of you came a little nervous. But I think as the days went by, our little patience might have won you over, and you enjoyed your time and figured out kids are pretty awesome. You've done the hard work. You've learned all the things. You've taken all the tests, except for one, which you'll do awesome on. So today I want to leave you with 3 lessons from pediatrics that you can carry as you move forward. Number 1, Connect with your patients. Take time to get to know them and learn about them and their families. You can really build trust when they see that you're a real, authentic, honest person as well. Kids get really jazzed when we talk about their favorite dinosaurs or their favorite Paw Patrol characters or their favorite princesses. And I think a couple of you connected so well, you might have been invited on vacation with a couple of patients. Number 2, take care of yourself. We tell our patients to go outside and play, and I want you to also. I think that my colleagues would agree that a work-life balance is one of the best things about being a PA. So spend time with your family, get a hobby, take care of yourself, and definitely have a snack. We may or may not have a whole wall of snacks in our office. Number 3, never stop learning. Kids are always learning to tie their shoes, to read, to ride their bike. As a new grad, keep learning, ask questions, collaborate with your physician and your colleagues. We do that on a daily basis. And never be afraid to bounce ideas around. I was asking Beth something this morning. You guys saw that when you were with us. I think I said only 3 lessons, but there is number 4 that I cannot miss, and that is number 4, strep throat is always on the differential. Strep in the book does not look like strep in real life, and we hope that we taught you that. And if you didn't rotate with us, we hope your friends taught you that. So to the class of 26, we're proud of you. And when we have good boys and girls in our office, they get to leave with a lollipop. So after this, everyone, come get your lollipop. Congrats.
Take your lollipops. Family members and friends, you probably heard from our graduates that the clinical year is a little daunting. Students spend 12 months completing 9 rotations, moving from clinical site to clinical site every 5 weeks, achieving way over 1,440 hours of patient care experiences. At each site, a preceptor who is willing to share their time and expertise is with our students. Many of these preceptors are PAs who have chosen to give back to their profession. Every year, we recognize a PA preceptor who goes above and beyond to not only provide high-quality care to their patients, but also bestow their knowledge to our students. It is my pleasure to present this year's PA Preceptor of the Year Award to Brian Unruh. Brian graduated from this program in 1998, while it was still a bachelor's program. He went on to the University of Nebraska to later obtain a Master of Physician Assistant Studies in May of 2007. Throughout his career, he has served as a PA in Meade and in Colby, Kansas, as well as a flight PA and an EMT with Eagle Med, and he's currently practicing in primary care at Citizens Medical Center in Colby, Kansas. Brian has shared many times how much he enjoys teaching our students and how bright he finds them to be. The admiration is mutual, as our students have nothing but great things to say about Brian. In fact, Brian is now part of a very small group of preceptors that have a distinction of winning the Preceptor of the Year award, now on 2 occasions for him, with the first time being in 2017. I could go on and on about the many positive attributes or comments that were given about Brian, but I'm going to limit them to what I think the 2 that sum up the best. Brian is extremely nice and professional. He is always open to questions about patient cases and clinical decision-making. I feel like I got a very well-rounded outlook on medicine in general through my time in Colby. I don't think I could have asked for a better rotation. And then another student said, Brian is a great instructor and has been precepting WSU students for many years. He does an excellent job letting students give their plan and reasoning for evaluating patients as well as teaching. All of his patients love him, and this was a great rotation to get family medicine experience in. So on behalf of WSU PA faculty and staff and students, we would like to acknowledge our sincere gratitude to Brian for his willingness to influence the next generation of healthcare providers. Please make your way to the stage, Brian, as we honor you with a round of applause and present an award. and I've heard you had a choreographed dance for us. Or just a... No, man.
Thank you very much. I too prepared some words because I can't do this off the top of my head. So I do appreciate this honor. I was fortunate to have students Roa, Alex, Caitlin, and Autumn in Colby during their year. And they were fortunate to get to spend several weeks in the oasis of the plains known as Colby, Kansas. So as Stephen said, I did graduate from the Wichita State PA program prior to the turn of the century. And as I was driving from Colby here to Wichita today, I was thinking about the time when I was in your guys' position. And I just was taking a job as a primary care PA in Meade, Kansas. And I was thinking about that actual first patient I saw as a PA. So it was a junior high kid with an earache. So I went into the room and realized, now this is up to me. And I sort of panicked. And so I fell back on my good old PA training. I did a thorough history, did a review of systems, did a thorough physical examination. 42 minutes later, I emerged from the room with a diagnosis of otitis media. So as you all prepare to see your first patients as real PAs, let me assure you, you are very well prepared. For many years, the PA students who come out to Colby from Wichita State are well prepared to evaluate injuries, illness, to make diagnostic decisions, and come up with treatment plans. I am amazed at the quality of the students that I get to work with, and it makes me very proud to be an alumni of Wichita State's PA program. Shockers up. As you embark on your career, I ask that you remember that the patients you encounter are not the lymphoma patient, the patient in room 118, or the patient with a white count of 24,000. These are individuals who experience ups and downs. They experience physical pain, mental pain, and emotional pain. They are individuals who may be going through the most difficult time of their life when you are seeing them. Your patients may not just need your incredibly well-educated Wichita State PA minds. Sometimes they may need you to just simply show them your humanity. Listen to them, understand what they're going through, understand how they're feeling, and let them know that you care about them, not just as a patient, but also care about them as a human being. Do not be afraid to offer them your compassion and friendly touch, for there will be times where that's going to be more of a great offering to them than your great, well-educated Wichita State PA mind. Good luck to you all. Congratulations on graduating. Thank you for this honor. God bless.
In summary, we want to thank all the preceptors, but especially Brian Unruh, PA Amanda Twist, and the Ascension Via Christi pediatric team for their contributions to the education of PAs. We appreciate the gift of time taken out by your many busy schedules, your expertise mentoring our students, and finally, for your support of our profession. Professor Hale, will you now recognize our first generation graduates?
Mandy, I did not know you were a menopause expert. Okay. All right, so frozen shoulder last year, plantar fasciitis this year. Okay, it's bad. Okay, congratulations, guys. Are you excited? Finally. Navigating through an undergraduate degree and then on to graduate school can be difficult for anyone. But this journey can be even more challenging when the student is the first in their family to make this passage. At Wichita State University, we recognize first-generation shockers with a special stole. When I call your name, please stand, put on your stole, and remain standing until I call all the names. Please hold your applause until all individuals have been recognized. Roa Husni Awazani, Riley Betnar, Morgan Berry, Caitlin Depew, Ramon Garcia Aparicio, Mara Garrison, Alexa Jo Harlow, Landon Howard, Ken Martinez, Alyssa Matney, Lavon Perez, Kimberly Prey, Magdalene I practiced so much. Okay. Magdalene Quintero Hernandez, Ashley Shimmick, Tammy Tran, and Lacey Wolf. Your resilience in the face of adversity and your unwavering commitment to forging a better future for yourselves and your families embody the very essence of the American spirit. Congratulations. You may be seated. The PA profession was created to improve and expand access to health care, and it owes its origins to the military. In the mid-1960s, military medics were coming back from Vietnam with a very unique skill and the ability to provide autonomous medical care. But their training did not translate well into civilian education or other health professions. So amid a national shortage of primary care physicians, these military medics were trained as the nation's first PAs. At Wichita State University, we recognize our military and veteran shockers with a red, white, and blue cord. When I call your name, please stand and put on your cord to be recognized. Tammy Tran. I guess it's a red stole this year. Thank you, Tammy. Also, if there's anyone in the audience today who's currently serving or has served in the military, we ask you to please stand and be recognized. Your service embodies the highest ideals, dedication, courage, and sacrifice in answering the call to serve in our armed forces. Please join me in thanking all of our veterans. Professor Luia will now honor the class of 2026 class officers.
Success in PA school is not only predicated on each student's ability to learn and apply a fire hose of medical knowledge, but also the ability of a class to work together during what will be most often their most difficult achievement of their life. I truly believe your class set a cadence for success by the leaders, both elected and not elected, seated on the floor in front of you. To the class officers, each of you played a role in making your class a success and getting everyone to the end. Please allow me to recognize your elected leaders for their service and role and success. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until I have called all the names. Please hold your applause until the individuals are recognized. Paige assigns, President. Vice President Jack Elzey. Secretary Emily Wells. Treasurer Blair Brantling. Historia Nubia Rivas. National and State CAPA Representatives Zach Block and Alexa Jo Harlow. Please join me in congratulating our officers. Thank you. Professor Rogers, will you join me at the podium to help recognize the Pi Alpha National PA Honor Society inductees?
Welcome back. Pi Alpha is a prestigious honor society with an elite PA membership. Pi Alpha is the National Honor Society for PAs, and the motto is scholarship, service, and leadership. The governing body is the PA Education Association. The purpose of Pi Alpha is to promote and recognize academic achievements, leadership, research, community, and professional service. The society also encourages a high standard of character and conduct among its members. Students must have a GPA of 3.5 or higher, and only 15% of the graduating class can be nominated for induction. Inductees must be nominated by departmental faculty and be approved by the department program director. As I call your name, please come up to the podium and receive your certificate, cord, pin, and sign the WSU Chapter Pi Alpha membership roster. Zach Block. You're getting it all from me. Jack Elzy. Alexa Harlow. Nubia Rivas. Paige Signs. Emily Wells. I want to take a moment. The PA program just this year introduced a new fellowship in behavioral health medicine across Kansas and across the country. Behavioral health medicine has fallen behind in providers, and we are doing our part with this fellowship, which is essentially much like a physician residency in behavioral health to help plug some of those holes. We have a student in the current graduating class that has been accepted into the fellowship, and she'll be starting this fall. And she is also receiving her membership into Pi Alpha, Blair Brantley. Next, I'd like to ask Professor Dudley and Professor Hale to the podium to announce Alpha Eta National Honor Society inductees.
All right, Alpha Eta is a prestigious honor society with an elite membership. It is the only interprofessional national honor society for allied health professionals. Our motto is, "Together we serve," and the Alpha Eta colors are green and white. The governing body is the American Society of Allied Health Professionals. Like most honor societies, the purpose of Alpha Eta is to promote and recognize significant scholarship, leadership, and contributions to the allied health professions. Student inductees must have a GPA of 3.8 or higher, and only 20% of the graduating class can be nominated for induction. Inductees must show capacity for leadership and achievement in their fields, be nominated by department faculty, and be approved by the Dean of the College of Health Professions. This year, we would also like to honor our faculty inductee, Megan Colvin. Faculty are eligible for induction after 3 years of service to the PA education and are selected for their leadership and service to the profession. Professor Colvin joined our faculty in 2025 and has been instrumental in the development of the Behavioral Health Fellowship and in leading our didactic year. After graduating with her Master of Physician Assistant Studies from Louisiana State University, she began practicing clinically in behavioral health. Professor Colvin moved into the PA education field in 2022 at Mississippi College, which is now Mississippi Christian University. During her time as a practicing PA, she has served in several leadership roles within the Northwest Louisiana Association of Physician Assistants. In her free time, you may find her on stage, either participating in local theater events or singing karaoke. Please join me in congratulating Professor Megan Colvin. Megan, come and get your cord and pin, please. Told you. All right. Now it's time to announce our student inductees. As I call your name, please come up to the podium to receive your certificate, cord, and pin, and to sign the WSU Chapter Alpha Eta membership roster. Okay, so first up is Roa Husni Alwazani. Jacob Cox. Mara Garrison. Joseph Kozlowski. Autumn Schreiner. Lucas Steffel. Alyssa Vincenz. Jack Watson. We purposely gave it to the people that would be sitting right in the middle of the row, just for that. And Lacey Wolf. Oh, I missed one. My bad. I'll get you. I didn't miss you. I was just saving them until last. Thanks. Reading is hard, by the way. Jeremy Sloan, sorry about that. All right, please join me in congratulating these students. All right, we'd now like to welcome Professor Immel to present our Outstanding Academic Achievement Award.
Hello. I'm so excited for you guys. Go treat all the patients, okay? All right, it is my honor to announce the winner of the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award for the class of 2026. This award is intended to recognize and honor a graduating student who has demonstrated commendable and consistent academic excellence throughout the PA program. Individuals must maintain academic excellence while enrolled in the PA program of study, embody evidence-based practice, lifelong learning, and scholarship, maintain a professional attitude with strong potential to succeed as a PA, and have recommendations from the majority of PA faculty. Selecting one student for the Outstanding Academic Award can be tricky when the pool of students is full of high-achieving, high-reaching achievers and super intelligent individuals. Each year, the student selected for this award performed at the top of the class in each didactic course and their overall GPA, and on end-of-rotation exams, and on the PACRAT and summative exams. That is the case again this year. The awardee this year was not only selected for their excellent academic performance, but also for their ability to apply the knowledge to complex patient case scenarios during the testing environment, as well as clinical rotations. I'd like to share a few comments from the faculty. They demonstrated consistent academic excellence throughout the program. They could identify a diagnosis before the case presentation reached the second slide. They consistently exceeded expectations. They applied critical thinking and evidence-based reasoning at the highest level. They are exceptionally bright and will be a great future PA. After reviewing their outstanding performance during the didactic and continued excellence in medical knowledge during the second year, the faculty have decided that the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award for the class of 2026 goes to Jack Watson. Congratulations. Jack, please come to the stage to accept your award. I would like to ask Professor Hale to come to the podium to announce the Outstanding Research Award.
Okay. As part of the Master of Physician Associate degree, every student completes a scholarly research project in the form of a clinical paper or a case report. It's possible you may have heard them complaining about this project at some point throughout the last year. At our annual research symposium, students present their work to faculty, classmates, and first-year students. And it really is one of our favorite events each year because it showcases tremendous effort upon the part of the students, as well as their intellectual curiosity and professionalism, while highlighting the role of evidence-based medicine in our lives at the same time. The quality of work presented there reflected the dedication of every member of this class, and each student should be proud of this accomplishment. As clinicians, we rely every day on published medical literature to guide patient care. Evidence-based medicine exists because healthcare professionals ask questions, evaluate the evidence, and share their findings with others. Advancing the PA profession depends not only on applying the evidence, but also contributing to it. Although every student completed a project worthy of recognition, 5 students chose to take their scholarship one step further by preparing their work for publication, and this really is a remarkable achievement. By pursuing publication, these students are helping expand the body of knowledge that informs clinical practice for future clinicians. As I call your name, please stand. And I'm also going to read the name of their project. Riley Betnar for PTSD and cognitive decline and dementia risk in aging veterans, evidence and implications for clinical practice, submitted to the Journal of the American Academy of Physician Associates, also called JAPA. Zachary Block for new onset recurrent hydrothorax following tips for ascites, a case report, planned submission to JAPA. Nubia Rivas for the value of postgraduate training programs for physician associate graduates, a review of the evidence, pros, and cons, planned submission to JAPA. Paige Signs for synovial sarcoma presenting with delayed diagnosis, a case report, planned submission to JAPA. And Alyssa Vincenz for neonatal diagnostic challenges and feeding difficulties of Charge syndrome, a case report, planned submission to the American Journal of Human Genetics. The Outstanding Research Award recognizes exceptional scholarly work, a commitment to evidence-based medicine, and contributions to the body of literature from which we all practice. This year, we are awarding 2 individuals with the Outstanding Research Award. When I call your name, please come to the stage. Riley Betnar and Paige Signs. I would like to ask Professor Slade and Luia to come to the podium to announce the Outstanding Clinical Achievement Award.
It is now my honor to announce the student to receive the Outstanding Clinical Achievement Award for the class of 2026. This award is intended to recognize and honor a graduating student who has demonstrated outstanding clinical performance and skill in their second year. The winner of this award must demonstrate superior clinical achievement on all rotations to date, have comments from preceptors that recognize high clinical achievement, maintain a professional attitude with strong potential to succeed as a physician associate, and have a recommendation from the Director of Clinical Education. Faculty have selected a student who demonstrated a consistent level of high performance throughout the entire program. I would like to read a few comments from our preceptors. This person never missed an opportunity to learn, always asked great questions. Her patient communication and professionalism was top-notch. Patients consistently reported positive interactions, and she maintained a professional demeanor throughout the rotation. She also produced thorough, accurate, and timely clinical documentation. Very quick learner, exceptional technical skills, best I have seen through WSU. It is great honor it was with great honor that Professor Slade and I announced the winner of the 2026 Outstanding Clinical Achievement Award to Mara Garrison. Mara, please come up to the stage. I would now like to ask Professor Colvin to come to the podium to announce the Outstanding Student Award.
Short problems. Okay. Class of 26, I know I only had y'all know y'all for a short time, but I am super proud, and it was fun, and I wish y'all all the best. And I'm here to,
It's an honor to announce the winner of the Outstanding Student Award for the class of 2026. This award is intended to recognize and honor a graduating student whose actions reflect outstanding professionalism, integrity, competence, scholarship, and service. The individual must maintain academic excellence, have high standards and strong character, embody evidence-based practice, lifelong learning, and scholarship, demonstrate evidence of outstanding service to the profession and class, maintain a professional attitude with a strong potential to succeed as a PA, and have recommendations from the majority of the PA faculty. The faculty has selected a student who demonstrated a consistent level of high performance throughout the entire program. I would like to read a few comments from our faculty and preceptors. The preceptor feedback: she has vast medical knowledge and does a good job of applying it in the clinical scenario. She really is the complete package and did a great job on this rotation. Her documentation is fantastic, easygoing, not nervous, not afraid to try. Truly, it's been a while since I've had a student that I really felt is ready to launch on her own, and she is. Faculty feedback: she is a joy to teach and mentor. She is eager to learn and embrace new challenges. She consistently demonstrated a positive attitude, exceptionally intelligent with a humble approach, and represented the program with professionalism, integrity, and compassion. It's my honor to announce the Outstanding Student Award for the class of 2026 is Autumn Schreiner. I would like to ask Professor Ullman to come to the podium to announce our student speaker.
It's become a tradition of our program over the past 50 years for students to share a favorite memory or experience, and the president of the class of 2026, Paige Sines, will speak on behalf of the class of 2026. I asked her to bring a hard copy. Paige, I got a hard copy just in case. All right, come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Faculty, staff, preceptors, families, friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. It is truly an honor to stand before you today as the president of the PA class of 2026. First, I want to thank everyone who helped us get there. To our professors, thank you for pushing us, challenging us, and believing us even when we doubted ourselves. To our preceptors, thank you. Thank you for trusting you. Thank you for trusting us with your patience and teaching us lessons that no textbooks ever could. And to our families and friends, thank you for every phone call, every encouraging text, every meal, every sacrifice, and every reminder that we could do this, especially on days when we weren't so sure ourselves. When we first started this journey, I think most of us believed that PA school would simply be about learning medicine. We quickly learned it was much more than that. It became early mornings, late nights, and countless hours wondering, how is it possible to have so much information to learn and so little time? It became living off coffee, energy drinks, and whatever snacks happened to be left in our backpacks. Some of my favorite memories weren't from lectures or exams, but were during the endless nights we spent studying together. We'd all confidently agree to study just one more hour, knowing full well that meant we'd be there until the cleaning staff wondered if we lived there. Eventually, we'd get so tired that simply hearing the name of a disease would send everyone into uncontrollable laughter. It wasn't necessarily the disease that was funny, but the fact that we'd cross into that strange, sleep-deprived state where absolutely everything was hilarious. Looking back, those late nights of exhaustion, laughter, and shared struggle have become some of the memories I'll cherish most. We celebrated after exams, survived practicals together, and developed a unique ability to have an entire conversation using only medical acronyms. We all know what it's like to walk into an exam thinking, I've got this, only to walk out wondering, did we accidentally study for the wrong test? But through all of it, we kept showing up. The truth is, every single person sitting here has overcome obstacles that many people will never see. There were moments when life didn't pause just because we were in PA school. Some of us experienced illness, some face financial stress, some balanced families, marriages, and children, and some of us endured unimaginable losses. Those moments reminded me of something far more important than our grades or our exam scores. They showed me the kind of people sitting in this room today. I watched classmates rally around one another without hesitation. Messages, gift baskets were sent just to check in. When one person was struggling, classmates stepped forward. That's something you can't teach in a lecture hall. Medicine requires intelligence, but being a great PA requires compassion. Today, I have absolutely no doubt that every one of us has the knowledge to become an exceptional PA. We passed the exams, we survived the rotations, and we've earned the privilege of standing here today. But what gives me even more confidence is knowing that we're genuinely good people. As we begin this next chapter, I hope we never lose what brought us here in the first place: our curiosity, our humility, and our compassion. To my classmates, thank you. Thank you for making these last few years unforgettable. Thank you for the friendships, the encouragement, the endless group chats, and the laughs that got us through impossible weeks, and for reminding me that no one succeeds alone. One day we'll look back and realize these years weren't defined by the stress or the exams. They'll be defined by the people we experience them with. Although today marks the end of PA school, it's really just the beginning of careers that we've worked so hard to build. I can't wait to watch all of you become outstanding PAs, trusted colleagues, and leaders in your own communities. Congratulations, class of 2026. We did it.
Thank you, Paige. It's hard to find the right words to fully express how proud we are of all of you, and even harder to capture the magnitude of your accomplishments in a single message. If you take a moment to truly reflect on your journey, the years of relentless studying, the sacrifices, the setbacks, and the countless hours you put into getting here, you'll see just how far you've come. Getting into PA school is no small feat, and neither is completing it. With an acceptance rate of around 5%, we only admit the best and the brightest, and you have proven yourselves to be a part of that exceptional group. There will be highs and lows ahead. There will be moments of doubt, but never forget you earned your place here, you did the work, you overcame the obstacles. Nobody handed this to you, and the same drive will carry you forward into a successful future. As you step into your roles as providers, remember that it is both an honor and a privilege to serve others. Some of the patients you encounter will be going through the worst days of their lives, and they'll be looking to you not just for clinical answers, but for compassion, understanding, and support. The impact you have will go far beyond medicine. This white coat is a symbol of that hard work, that compassion, and your commitment to this calling. And now, with great pride, we will begin the cloaking for the class of 2026, read by Professor Luia.
The faculty would now like to recognize each of you as a graduate of the WSU PA program. As you graduate, you will join a growing list of over 1,900 alumni since 1972. Students, as I call your name, please come forward to the stage to receive your white coat. Certainly. Good? All right. Professor Slade will begin by cloaking Roa Husni Alwazani. Carly Anders. Riley Bettner. Zach Block. Ashley Boy. Professor Ullman will now be cloaking Megan Burry. Let's try that one more time. Morgan Berry. Jacob Cox. Blair Brantley. Alex Chrissy. Evan Deal. Caitlin Depew. Professor Brown will now be cloaking Jack Elzy. Ramon Aparicio. Mara Garrison. Joshua Geisler. Alexa Joe Harlow. Professor Dudley will now be cloaking Landon Howard. Joseph Kozlowski. Aspen Libby. Ken Martinez. Alyssa Matney. Professor Hale will now be cloaking Kelly Odell. Lavon Perez. Kelly Pham. Kimberly Prey. Magdalene Quintero Hernandez. Chloe Rao. Will Rao. Audra Rockholtz. Nubia Rivas. Paige Signs. Professor Colvin will now be cloaking Ashley Shemek. Autumn Schreiner. Jeremy Sloan. Lucas Steffel. Tammy Tran. Professor Emmel will now be cloaking Cameron Villa. Alyssa Vincennes. Jack Watson. Miriam Watts. Emily Wells. Professor Rogers will now be cloaking Claire Warner. Hannah Wartenberger. Lacey Wolf. Joshua Wong. Paige Zeman. Please join me one more time in congratulating the students for their remarkable and well-deserved achievements. I would now like to ask Professor Ullman to come to the podium for closing remarks.
I would like to ask the class of 2026 PA faculty and any other PAs in attendance to stand and join me in reciting the oath for PA graduates as presented on the screen and printed in your program. Not my program. We're going to say this together. Ready? I pledge to perform all duties of honesty and dedication. I will hold with primary responsibility, health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy and ethics, honor, excellence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in all confidence the information shared with the course practice and medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills to drive for excellence in medicine. I will work with other members of the faculty to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to the community. I will respect our professional relationship with our faculty. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and honor. Go ahead and have a seat. In closing, I would also like to acknowledge and thank our staff, Jenny Mora, Melanie Bayless, Terry Cornelius, and Deanna Carrick for everything they've done for our program and students over the last 2 years, as well as for planning and coordinating today's ceremony. Let's give them a round of applause. No one accomplishes anything on their own, so as we conclude our celebration of these future PAs, we need to acknowledge the unwavering support they received along their journey. Graduates, stand up, take a moment to locate in the audience your family, friends, mentors, and all those who have stood by you through the late nights of studying, the moments of doubt, and the challenges you faced to get here today. And let them know how much you appreciate their support. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, well, we're excited for you. Thank you, family and friends. I know what it's like. I understand, not just from a program director standpoint, but also from a student standpoint. It wasn't that long ago I was in your situation, going through the challenges, and if it weren't for my family, my friends being there for me, I don't know if I could have done it without them. So you guys did a lot. You carried your weight, and we thank you for that as the program, and I know these guys are also extremely grateful, so thank you. This concludes our ceremony. Family and friends, please allow the students to be escorted into the lobby where you can then personally congratulate them. Thank you again.